Check out new stores opening at the Great Mall of the Great Plains, including Sugar Plums. Follow us on Facebook at Great Mall, Great Plains. It's always a great day at the Great Mall. I-35, exit 215 in Olathe. Visit MrOlathe.com to search homes for sale in Olathe, Johnson County, and the entire KC metro area. Make MrOlathe.com your one-stop shop for searching homes for sale. That's Mr. M-I-S-T-E-R, Olathe.com. Nick and Jake's Real Food, Honest Drink. Nick and Jake's, the proud title sponsor of 810varsity.com. Check out our promotions throughout the season on Facebook or on Twitter at Nick and Jake's. We're just about set to start the third quarter of play here in Olathe. Olathe North hosting Lawrence High School. Olathe North 12, Lawrence 21. About 20 seconds left. Olathe North took the opening kickoff, so Lawrence will start the second half with the ball. Olathe North scored first on a 35-yard touchdown pass to Tanner Gentry, and were able to cap on another touchdown at the end of the first half. However, in between those two touchdowns, Lawrence was able to put together 3 scoring drives, scoring 3 touchdowns. They have the lead, and they will get the ball. Looks like it's going to be Strauss and Hofer back to return. Check that, Mayo. Eric Mayo on the far side and Brad Strauss on the near side to return this kick. I want to thank everyone for watching 810varsity.com on this Great Mall of the Great Plains Game of the Week. I'm Kyle Larson. I want to thank Eagle Studios under the direction of Instructor Lane here at Olathe North for providing the visuals, and Lucas Moore will be sitting in for the second half. Jamie Olivas is going to kick this one away. Strauss and Mayo await the ball. Very good kick from Olivas. Back to Strauss. Strauss backpedals, picks it at the 5. Crosses about the 10-yard line and going to the far side. Up to the 10. Gets away from a man and knocked out of bounds at about the 25. Did a good job of picking up about 20 yards on that return. Got away from Hellig at about the 20-yard line and gained about 5 more before being roped up out of bounds. And Brad Strauss and that offense will again take the field. Olathe North's offense, Lucas, has been a bit shaky. A lot of penalties and a few fumbles early in the first half.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting the snap. Their quarterback fumbled it a few times. It was just the running plays have not gone off very well. They do not have a successful line today.
All right, so Strauss hands it off, and a flag on the play as this one is Mayo taken around the edge, crossing midfield and being knocked out at about the 47-yard line, 48 to be exact. But penalties are looming. Looks like this is definitely going against Lawrence. The flags are down on the field right about the 34-yard line. Let's see what the call. Holding on the Lions. Spot foul, looks like, on first down. What would have been a huge pickup by Eric Mayo is now moved back to the 22-yard line. So 22-yard line is where the ball is. They need to get to the 36. So first down and about 16 to go. Strauss back to pass, clean pocket. He throws this one tipped in the air, and it was knocked behind Hofer and incomplete. Good job by that defensive line. Auburn Hobson in the middle might have got his big mid up and knocked the ball down. Tyler Berry on the far side after Nick Scott went out in the first half. Tanner Gentry, the man on the near side on that defensive line again. The linebackers, Jimmy Swain, Justin Bartlett, and Tony Wagner. Jalen Link kind of plays a linebacker in that 3-4 set, but they call him the Bandit. So back to pass to Strauss, rolling out to his right, a little bit of pressure, but he finds a man over on the right side and knocked down after a gain of maybe just a few yards. They're actually going to give him a pretty healthy spot at the 25-yard line. So back to the original line of scrimmage, and there's a penalty on that play. Pretty aggressive defense we've seen so far on this first few plays, Lucas. Looks like the Eagles look like they come out with a different focus in the
Yeah,
second half.
definitely. In the first half, their offense was almost unstoppable throwing the ball. Lawrence's. They just looked really clean and good out there.
Yeah, Strauss, a very good distributor of the ball. Looked like that might have been Jalen Link on the tackle. Tackling, Drake Hoffer. But penalty on Olathe North moves the ball up to the 30-yard line. So second and give him a long six for Lawrence, and a handoff. This one to Jenkins, and Jenkins takes it out of the right side and gains about 4. So he's 2 yards shy. It's going to set up third and short near the 34-yard line. Another flag. This has been, it started off as a pretty clean game. The only flag in the first quarter, I believe, was a holding penalty on Lawrence. Since then, plenty of penalties. And this one, another one on the Eagles, a face mask, is going to move the Lions all the way up near midfield to the 44-yard line. So just 6 yards left across midfield. And the Eagles defense might have come out with a bit more aggression. Unfortunately, on that one, it cost them with the face mask. Well, correction to the spot. We had it spotted at the 44. Well, let's move it back to the 39 instead. So first and 10 at the 39. Strauss in the shotgun set to his left. Tyrone Jenkins, the junior running back. 2 wide receivers on the right. And that was a sack by Tanner Gentry. Nope, check that. It was Tony Wagner coming in for his first sack of the season. He's got a couple quarterback hurries and 1 tackle for a loss, but now he gets his first sack. Big spot to get a sack after the defense has been giving Lawrence some yardage. That's a pretty good play to see, right, Lucas?
Yeah, definitely encouraging if you're a Olathe North Eagle fan.
Great timing for Tony Wagner as he's trying to right the ship for this defense. Moves the ball back all the way to the 32-yard line. Second and now almost 20 yards for Brad Strauss and this Lions offense to pick up. In motion again is Eric Mayo, moving across to the right. Back to pass, and the heat is on. Passes out to Jenkins. Jenkins trying to get away from a tackler on the far side. Can't do it. Looks like it might have been Smoots who gets him out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. So Jenkins moves it up, but can't get near the original line of scrimmage. So they've got about 13 yards left to go on third down from their own 37-yard line. Lions in the huddle looking over to the sideline for the call. Brad Strauss trying to get the signals and get this offense to midfield. They need to cross their own 49 for a first down. Back to pass, rolling left and a lot of pressure, a lot of blitzing coming, and it looks like this one was short and incomplete. Pass incomplete. Strauss got hit as he threw, and that is incomplete. So the defense for Olathe North, after the penalties, holds up and forces a punt. They're yet to get the ball. Really, the real missteps in the first half, though, as we mentioned, Lucas, were on the offensive end. A few fumbles already.
Yeah, they had a couple fumbles starting off in that first drive and just really cost them, just driving them back.
Yeah, let's see if they can right the ship in the second half. And Anthony Buffalo Meat is their punter. End over end tumbler. Good punt. Fielded by Mooney, and he looks like he can't get much further than a yard before he's knocked down by the Lions at the 29-yard line. Orange Mooney has been doing the lion's share of taking on these Lawrence Lions. Trayshawn Root, usually his thunder to the lightning of Orange Mooney, has not really been there in this game. Dressed out on the sideline, I believe, but not seen any game action yet. So Mooney back there takes the handoff from Bruce over on the left side, breaks a tackle with a stiff arm, and reaches for the first down marker. Gets pretty close at about the 38-yard line. Let's see where they mark him. Needed to get to the 39 for the first. Yeah, they mark him about a yard shy of the first down marker. 2nd and 1 for Orange Mooney. See the long sleeves for the Eagles. It's getting a bit chilly. It was 67 at first kick, but here with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter, temperature dropping. A short pass, almost picked off by Brad Strauss. Again, Strauss looking for his marquee play on defense. Doesn't come there. And there's a penalty marker in the backfield, back where Jordan Bruce was. Bruce has made some very good passes, especially that one to Tanner Gentry that Gentry was able to convert into a touchdown. But he's had a couple passes behind his intended target. It worked out pretty well for a catch for Geiger earlier. This one gives the defender a chance to catch up on that one, though.
Yeah, he's thrown a lot of short passes this game. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that.
Yeah, interesting that he has thrown a lot. Orange Mooney has been doing actually 100% of the ball carrying. So not sure if there's a shortage at running back. So Jordan Bruce, again, the most efficient quarterback in the Sunflower League. Back to pass, gets it to Tanner Gentry. Gentry trying to fall forward to the first down marker. Can't do that, but on 1st and 10 at the Lions 47, Gentry gets across the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Strauss again, interestingly enough, the marquee player on the offense. He's guarding Olathe North's biggest passing threat, or I should say receiving threat. This a handoff left side. Mooney shaking and baking and getting to the edge. Good break off to the left as he's got it across the line to gain and down inside the 30. Eventually knocked out of bounds. Looks like they're going to mark him right at the 30s. Checked at the 27. First down by Mooney. Looked dead to rights in the backfield, but a good stutter step. Shook his man out of his shoes practically and got him enough for a first down and then some. Strauss on an island over here guarding Tanner Gentry on the near side, but they're going to hand it off to Mooney. Mooney breaking some tackles, squirms his way up to the 20, and he's brought down there. Credit Will Thompson on the tackle. And Mooney moves up the Olathe North offense to the 20 to set up 2nd and 4. Bruce hands off to Mooney. Mooney working right side. Another stutter step and a broken tackle all the way inside the 10. That stutter step he's using is just devastating the defenders on the outside. Some good running from Orange Mooney, and now the Eagles are inside the 10-yard line. This is pretty promising. Something that we saw early in the first quarter. If they can sustain this kind of promise on offense, we'll see. But very good to see the Eagles come out with a little bit of fire here. 8 minutes left to go. 1st and goal. Trailing 21-12, they hand off to Mooney, and he gets up to nearly the 7-yard line. Let's see where they mark it.
3-yard run by number 4, Orange Mooney.
Ball was spotted down just at about the 10. They're going to mark it at the 7, so give him 3 yards for Orange Mooney on that pickup.
Officials timeout.
And a quick timeout by the officials, so no team charge for this one. Lawrence 21, Olathe North 12 with 7:40 left to go. And it looks like the clock is correct. And now rolling. So Olathe North gets the signal from the sideline. Orange Mooney moves over to the right side of Jordan Bruce. Tight right is Brandon Wilson, the fullback, and a handoff left side, and Orange Mooney barrels his way over the goal line. Touchdown, Olathe North, but there is a penalty marker down on that play, and it looks like it will be holding. Man, just when the Eagles seem to get off on the good foot again with another penalty, Lucas.
Yeah, those penalties are really hurting us. They've been at really important times in the game, and they're killing us.
Yeah, bad timing. Of course, never won a penalty, but these seem to come on some big moments. Holding on, Olathe North take that touchdown off the board from Orange Mooney and move them back all the way to the 20-yard line, nearly the 20, spotted exactly at the 19. So second and goal, 19 yards to get over the chalk line for a score. Jordan Bruce, in what more of a power set, has two tight receivers on the left side, but he's going to throw it out to Gentry off the back shoulder. No good. Can't catch that one. Brad Strauss actually fell down on coverage, but the pass on the back shoulder of Gentry just couldn't come back for it in time. Incomplete pass, third and goal from the 19-yard line. That's pretty tough. Talk about,
I don't even know what to
obviously
say.
you hear the groan from the crowd, but sticking it out, trailing. You don't want to see this team lose 2 in a row. I'll get to you in just a moment, Lucas. Sorry, but Jordan Bruce going to take the snap here and looks left and then throws it back right to Tanner Gentry. Jump ball through contact, and yes, the penalty does come, but he caught the ball. Was he in? There's no indication whether he got a foot down. Touchdown is the call. Olathe North now moves the score to 18. I'm sure that pass interference penalty will be negated, as it looked like it was on the defense. 7 minutes, 12 seconds left to go, and they move within 3 of the Lions. Pass interference declined indeed. Touchdown is the call. I was just about to say, you see the anxiety in the crowd. Obviously, Olathe North fans don't see too many losses here at ODAC. Back-to-back losses would be too much. I'm sure there's a lot of anxiousness in the crowd for this team to play well.
Oh yeah, we definitely do not like to lose at our own house.
Kick is up and good from Rivera. And as I mentioned, cutting the lead now to 2 points. Olathe North has 19. Lawrence still leading, though, with 21. 7 minutes, 12 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And the Lions will get the ball back. After Olathe North successfully took the ball down and scored. After taking actually kind of scored twice. After taking it inside the 10-yard line, Orange Mooney scored but was moved back on a penalty, so they had to throw a 19-yard jump ball in the end zone to their big guy, Tanner Gentry, who is 6'3", 205 pounds, going against Brad Strauss. Pretty big kid himself, 6 foot, 170 pounds, but Gentry outsized him on the jump, even through the contact, and came back down to ground with a touchdown catch. Jamie Olivas to kick this one away from the 40-yard line, back to return the kick. Eric Mayo on the far side, Strauss on the near side, and it looks like they're going to kick it to the near side of Strauss. Catches it at the 3. Cross the 10 and running to the far side. It looks like a block in the back, and yes, the penalty marker comes. This is going to move the Lions way back, as the ball didn't get past the 16-yard line. The infraction happened right at about the 15. You heard a groan from the crowd, I'm sure, as it looked like Trayshawn Root was in on special teams, but hasn't received a handoff yet. But he was there to make the tackle on special teams. Backing up the Lions all the way inside the 10 to the 9 is that block in the back penalty. So It's going to be the defense of the Eagles with the front men, Tyler Berry, Auburn Hobson, and Tanner Gentry from your left to right. Facing off against that offensive line, Blake Hawking, Drew Oradowski, Wyatt Woods, Karen Brown, and Sean Thomas. The offensive line of the Lions. And a pitch out to Jenkins. Jenkins met in the backfield, but he does do a good job of using some lowered shoulders to get to about the 10-yard line. Picks up about 2 to the 10. Second and 8 tackle was made by Smoots, the second leading tackler on this team with 58 tackles. Tony Wagner is the leading tackler, who he picked up a big sack in order to give the Eagles the ball and set up that scoring drive. Looks like false start on the Lions, and now the Eagles have plenty to cheer about as the crowd is up. And it might get pretty loud here as the Lions are going to move back inside the 10 all the way down. Ball nestled up against the 5-yard line. 6 minutes, 23 seconds left to go. 21-19 here in the third. Lawrence leads Olathe North. Second and 13. Look like the blitz might be on. Back to pass in his own end zone as Strauss throws it out. Throws it short. And they're going to give it a catch to Hofer. And then finally the back judge comes way in and says that ball bounced off the turf. Incomplete pass. Short-changing the pass was Strauss, and Hofer couldn't quite pick it off the grass. The line judge on the far side thought it was a catch. The back judge ran in and said, no, sir. Try it again. Third and 13. Again, from that 5-yard line. Strauss on a pass. He's going to be standing on his own end zone line. And I'm sure with a drop back, he's going to move back a little bit further. Olathe North Eagles show a bit of a disguised blitz, but a pass out to the left side was wide open, but it goes through the hands of Eric Mayo, I believe. Yeah, it was Mayo on the far side. That looked promising over there, but not connecting was Strauss to Mayo. Incomplete, and that brings up fourth down and dangerous. Going to be punting from their own end zone is Anthony Buffalo Meat. He's got a long of 49 yards. He's got 20 punts on the year, averaging about 40 yards on those punts, so a very capable kicker for the Lawrence Lions is Anthony Buffalo Meat, but he is backed up against his own end zone, and nearly back there were a couple Eagles. And this one, off the side of his foot, I'm sure he felt the pressure as he kicked this one away. The ball doesn't get much past the 20-yard line. Let's see where they mark this one now. Went out of bounds on the far side. How about this? We're seeing Trayshawn Root for the first time. Not sure if this was a disciplinary action to keep him out of the contest until halfway through the third quarter. Orange Mooney was running fairly effectively, so can't fault them for riding the hot legs of Orange Mooney. But Trayshawn is going to line up behind Bruce. Nearest wide receiver is Gentry. They're going to hand it off to Trayshawn. Trayshawn makes one cut up to the left side and runs for about 8 yards. That's nice to see. Kid comes off the bench, doesn't have much rust, picks up 8 yards. Trayshawn Root, that's a pretty good combination to have both Root and also Mooney in the backfield, don't you think?
Yeah, the Eagles have a very impressive running game. They have a pretty decent passing game too, but they're just so much better at running.
Yeah, that running game, very effective. That being Lucas Moore next to me with the commentary. Does a good job, and Trayshawn Root takes the handoff and does enough to pick up the first down to about the 15. 3-yard gain by Root, and that's setting up a first down at the 15, first and 10 for Olathe North. That 1-2 punch with Orange Mooney and Trayshawn Root really does a good job of keeping the defense off balance, and I think the play calling of Olathe North is phenomenal. Jordan Bruce, again, has only 2 interceptions on the year. Very effective. Completes passes, I should say, at over a 60% clip. And now a handoff again to Root. He's stacked up, but a good spin move, but he's met hard by a second wave of Lions after gaining about 2 yards. So down inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line.
Second down, Olathe North.
And that was Asif Jusen, number 29, cleaning up the tackle. Root's still in there, stutter step, and that's going to cost him a false start. The white cap referee in the backfield is pretty much the only one that saw that of the officiating crew, and he didn't let it go. It looked like it took him a minute to find the flag in his pocket, but he threw it out there. False start on the offense. Moved the Eagles back a little ways, and it was 2nd and 8. Now going to be 2nd and 13. So, backpedaling yet again are the Eagles on offense, but they overcame it last time with the second touchdown pass by Tanner Gentry. Let's see if they can do it this time. Jordan Bruce in the shotgun. Trayshawn to his right. Gentry, the nearest wide receiver. Nope, they're going to hand it off to Root on 2nd and 13. He might have got back to the original line of scrimmage. Not exactly sure.
Number 7, Trayshawn Root.
Well, he got back to
Tackle man number 31, Jordan Brown.
not the original line of scrimmage, but the line of scrimmage of which they had on 2nd down. So 3rd and 13, no gain. William Hellig on the far side. Orange Mooney actually looks like he's the slot receiver on the near side. Tanner Gentry on the far right. Rolling out to the right, plenty of room is Jordan Bruce, and a bad throw low for Orange Mooney, incomplete.
Yeah,
That's a tough setup, Lucas, and obviously the penalty is kind of what set that turn of events up.
yeah, the penalty just really hurt us. But I think our quarterback is having some trouble with his shoulder. Looks like he might have injured it in the first half.
Yeah, he did have a couple short passes early on in the first half, especially those long passes. Hasn't quite got the air under it like we're used to seeing. So let's hope Jordan Bruce is healthy, but definitely something affecting the performance tonight for the Eagles on offense. Field goal. Didn't quite catch all of it was the kicker, Jorge Rivero. Now he's 1 for 5, 2 missed field goals in this game, and that field goal would have given them a 1-point lead. But no, with 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter, Lawrence takes over on downs at the 20-yard line. Big play for the Lawrence Lions. Of course, the penalty and then a run for no gain and an incomplete pass. All three of those things back to back, and then you pile on the missed field goal. That is a missed opportunity, to say the least, for the Eagles. So with that 2-point lead, Lawrence takes the ball again, and Brad Strauss in the shotgun set can't get the ball off before there's a false start penalty, it looks like, coming. Check out the new stores opening at the Great Mall of the Great Plains, including Sugar Plums. Follow us on Facebook at Great Mall, Great Plains. It's always a great day at the Great Mall. I-35, exit 215, Olathe. Check out the new stores opening at the Great Mall again. That is Great Plums, Sugar Plums. Try to correct myself and do it twice in a row. That's Sugar Plums at the Great Mall of the Great Plains. You can follow them on Facebook at Great Mall, Great Plains, and a offsides. Looked like the blitz was on and couldn't hold his water. Was that Jalen Link? Coming across there.
Offsides, Olathe North.
Offsides on the Eagles. Might have been Terrence Brown, actually. So Strauss sets up in the shotgun set. 1st and 10 now from the 20. Two wide receivers to the left. Strauss back to pass, and a bit of pressure behind him, but he gets it off in time. And a late hit from Gentry, it looks like. No, Tyler Berry, who hit him after he got rid of the ball. The pass was complete to the 22, but it is a roughing the passer call on the Eagles that is going to help out the Lions yet again. Should be enough yardage to net them a 1st down. Little miscommunication as to where the yardage will be played off, and yes, indeed, from the line of scrimmage, or tacked on to the gain, is where they add the 15 yards. So after a 3-yard gain, add on 15 yards for a 15-yard personal foul for roughing the passer, and that moves the Lions all the way up to their own 38. Jenkins, the running back, in the backfield. The leading receiver, Anthony Buffalo Meat, on the near side. On the far side, and no, they're going to throw it to the near side. It's Buffalo Meat. Catches it at the, the 34-yard line. Inside the Olathe Eagles 35. Holy smokes. Look away for a moment and you miss something. Chris Miller couldn't keep up on the defense. It wasn't bad defense, but that is just a good pass, good placement from Brad Strauss.
Yeah, that was almost perfect placement. That was really tight coverage, and that was just awesome.
Really good pass from the Lions. Strauss. Clevenger is the wide receiver who's lined up mostly on the far side. He actually comes to the near side now, switches spots with Anthony Buffalo Meat, who goes to the far side. Wide receivers, there's 4 of them, bunched by the line of scrimmage. And Strauss throws over. That looks like it is Hofer, who catches it at about the 30-yard line for about a 5-yard pickup. Just shy of the 30 as well, where they will mark him down. So second and a long 5. Tackle by Smoots. Lawrence leads 21-19. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in this contest. Visit MrOlathe.com to search homes for sale in Olathe, Johnson County, and the entire KC metro area. Make MrOlathe.com your one-stop shop for searching homes for sale. That's MISTER Olathe.com. Strauss in the shotgun. Wide receiver to the right, 3 to the left, and he's going to run it. Tucks it and runs off to the right. And he's going to break a tackle, and he's going to go all the way for a score, all the way out from the 30-yard line. Strauss scampers in for a touchdown. Man, he just lulls you to sleep with all those passes, and you forget all about his running ability, and not great tackling on that one, but Strauss runs it in for 30 yards, Lucas.
Yeah, that was some impressive juking he did out there. That was just very nice running.
Goes to show you why he leads the Sunflower League in total yards gained. Again, coming into this game, he had over 1,300 yards passing, but he had 650 yards nearly on the ground, and he adds 30 to that right there on that touchdown scamper. 5 seconds left to go. The crowd yelling, block the kick. Unfortunately, they do not. The kick is good. Now, after that score, 28-19, Olathe North did a good job catching up last time. Need to do a good job of responding yet again. 28-19, Lawrence leads with 1:48 left to go in the third quarter. Right here on A10Varsity.com's broadcast of the Great Mall of the Great Plains Game of the Week. Unfortunately, I wasn't here for last week's game against Olathe South. 29-10. Lucas, I don't know if you could have the heart to rehash that loss to the Falcons last week, but just 10 points scored. It looks like the offense was stifled. Were they grinding all game long, or were they hanging tough until Olathe South broke out at the end? How did that game go?
They were just grinding. Their offense was not very impressive. They just were not hitting on all cylinders that game. Their defense did really well, but their offense just could not score. You have to give it to the Falcons' defense right there. They were pretty good.
So last week, the Falcons topped the Eagles. The Eagles now trailing to the Lions, trying not to make it 2 in a row. And this one, picked up by Jimmy Swain, who gets it off the bounce. Great little fielding job by Jimmy Swain. Looks like he could play some shortstop, catching that ground ball at about the 34-yard line. Takes it up to about the 37. So nearly 5 yards picked up by Jimmy Swain after he caught that one backpedaling and turned it upfield. To set up 1st and 10 at the 39 for the Eagles. The Eagles looking to respond. 1:42 left to go in the third quarter. Jordan Bruce, backfield in the shotgun set, and next to him was Trayshawn Root. False start on the offense. That's a tough break again for the Eagles. They start off with a penalty hindering their forward progress. Trayshawn had the handoff. Not sure if it was him who was caused on the infraction. And Orange Mooney is going to line up in the slot position on the left. Gentry, the far wide receiver, on the left. White is going to line up, looks like off tackle on the left side as a somewhat of a slot back on the right, like an H-back. And looking down here, and wow, pass through the hands of Hellig. The senior can't hold on to that one, so set up 2nd and 15. Hellig ran a very, I would call it, very crisp route, about a 7-yard comeback route, kind of like a button hook. The ball was on him really quick from Bruce. Good strength on the throw, but couldn't hold on. Rolling left, Bruce throws and skips this one again off the turf. Can't catch it. A wide open target over there. Looked like it was Orange Mooney. That's 2 passes to Mooney that have bounced off the ground. Albeit Orange Mooney's a small target, 5'8". But off in the distance, you think Jordan Bruce will be able to air the ball out a little bit more to get it to him. Trayshawn Root and Orange Mooney in there again, both of them running backs. Mooney going to line up out as a wide receiver on the far left side. Gentry nearest the boundary. He's lined up even further over there on the left side. So in the backfield is Root. He goes out, pass, and it's a setup screen on the left side, and Orange Mooney falls down after catching that screen pass. Trayshawn Root left the backfield with the intent of blocking downfield. It looked like the offense had it set up. Mooney fell down, and that sets up 4th and long, 4th and 12 to be exact. And Lawrence is going to get a punt return here. Strauss back to return the punt. Kicking it away will be Geiger, standing on his own 26. Lawrence, and wow, look at this, a pass play, wide open, and caught for a 1st down, and breaking tackles at the 30, roped up and knocked out of bounds at the 30, check that, the 25-yard line. Whoa, how about that one? A tricky play coming from Olathe North. It looks like that was Michael Wirtz, possibly, on the reception, and he takes that one for a 1st down after a long pass and about 10 more yards chucked out by Michael Wirtz. Wow, that is just what the doctor ordered, Lucas.
Yeah, that was great. That was a great pass by a kicker. You don't see many of those. That was a great trick play, but looks like a penalty might bring it back.
Yeah, they do get the 1st yard down distance, but the penalty is an illegal block, so it's going to move it back after they pick up the 1st and get all the way down to about the 25. They go back now to the Lions' 46, so they lose about nearly 20 yards, about 21 to be exact, and now they're about where they needed to be to get a 1st down in the first place. So standing at midfield is Bruce. He hands off. This time it looks like it is to Mooney.
3-yard run by number 7.
Now check that, it's Root. 3-yard gain by Root.
Made by number 62, Darius Johnson.
Johnson credited on the tackle, the defensive tackle, for Lawrence. Again, they play that 5-man front, so hard to run when you don't have extra blockers there. Every lineman is handling a defensive lineman, and then the linebackers are free to make the tackle unless you have a lead blocker, so tough to run against that. It's easier to pass, though. So Jordan Bruce goes to the air and throws this one too long. Intended for Orange Mooney. Mooney has some speed, but can't quite catch up to that one. How about that? Bruce, as we mentioned, has been throwing him short. This time he aired it out, but a little bit too much. The pass looked like it was there, though.
Yeah, it was there. He just, it's better to throw it over than throw it under, but that's just me.
Yeah, usually you throw it long on a one-on-one defense like that, when there's no safety help, pretty much eliminates the possibility for an interception. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. We are now in the final frame of this game, 28-19, a 9-point margin for the Lions. And the Eagles, trying to overcome that deficit, have a 3rd and 11. They are in Lions territory at the 46-yard line, but definitely need to try and eliminate the mistakes. The mistakes have really been holding back the Eagles tonight. They've had some good plays, some big plays, coming early and often, really, for the Eagles, but the laundry on the field, the yellow penalty markers, have really hurt them. So back to work. Go the Eagles. Geiger, the near wide receiver. Gentry splits out on the far side. Jordan Bruce in the backfield. Trayshawn Root to his right. Orange Mooney is on the hip of the right tackle, Ryan Garrett. Back to pass is Bruce, looking right and throwing right for Gentry. Has it caught and sets to turn from the 30-yard line. He dives forward to the 27. Gentry has nearly 100 yards receiving now, as he's caught 2 touchdown passes for the Eagles. All right, so Geiger, the far wide receiver, or check that, the near wide receiver, split far out to the left of Bruce, and Bruce is going to look over to Orange Mooney, bobbled up in the air and falling incomplete. The pass no good on a bit of a flare route to Orange Mooney, throwing it out to him in the flat. Couldn't hang on, was Mooney. So set up 2nd and 10. Eagles, again on that 27-yard line, going to try and get inside the red zone. After that phenomenal pickup, Geiger, the punter, threw the pass to Michael Wirtz. Normally, Wirtz, the safety, caught that one for a first down, and a pass off to the left side. A lot of contact and no call from the referees. Trey Geiger can't get to the spot where the ball was thrown. Crowd definitely wanted a penalty on that one, and that just bad luck. Don't get it. So set up 3rd and 10. Olathe North trying to convert here on 3rd down. In the backfield, Jordan Bruce to his left, Trayshawn Root rolling out to his left and looking for Mooney, who's got the reception. The first time tonight that a pass to Mooney has been connected. Mooney has it for what looks like is a first down. Not sure. It's going to be real close. Let's see where they spot it. At about the 16. That was the line to gain. And indeed, first down by Orange Mooney and the Eagles. The Eagles are doing it in ways to make the fans bite their nails, but they are getting it done. Now with a first down inside the red zone at the 16, the Eagles set up shop with 11 minutes 20 left to go in this game, trailing by 9. Jordan Bruce, shotgun set, hands off to Trayshawn Root. Root tugged down by his jersey in the backfield. A big tackle by the nose guard, Karen Brown, the big guy who weighs 220 pounds. A very sizable defensive line. The 3 interior linemen, Darius Johnson weighs 193, Karen Brown 220, and then the other defensive tackle, Sean Thomas, weighs 245. Hard to run against that D-line. Olathe North has found some success, hit or miss. And now in the shotgun set with 3 wide receivers off to the right. Bruce hands off to Trayshawn. Trayshawn cutting back to the left. Stiff arm. Wing down at the 5-yard line after that run, and the ball looked like it came out. And I think they're going to give it to Lawrence. Not to see. The ball did come out. It might have been down already. There's really no replay, obviously, we can look at. And the ball is going to be given to Lawrence. The Lions get it. Trayshawn Root was flung down to the ground. And not sure if he was down yet before the ball came out, but the Lions going to be spotted with the ball at the 5. With a 9-point lead and with the ball back, the Lions have 95 yards to go to score again for what might be the final real nail in the coffin of the Olathe North Eagles in this game. Lucas, that was a tough play for the officials to call, I'm sure, but Lawrence getting the ball back here looks like it's pretty dire straits for the Eagles.
Yeah, Lawrence has looked really good tonight with all their passing and just all their pass attack and some of their run attack with that one large gain by number 34, I think.
Yeah, Jenkins ripped off a 65-yard run, and now a handoff to Jenkins on the left side. Breaking tackles and getting a first down. The first down across the 15-yard line by Jenkins up to the 17. Swain is credited on the tackle. Jenkins picks up the first down. Swain, the sophomore, gets the tackle. 28-19, still that 9-point lead for Lawrence. The Lions of LHS have the ball with 10 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. As now it's Strauss, hands off to, again, Jenkins. Jenkins shaking his way through the defense, all the way into the defensive secondary for another first down. The defense really needs to stop here, as they are 2 scores behind the Lions with 10 minutes left to go in the game. But cutting through this one like he's running through water is Jenkins, getting 2 consecutive first downs, both of them on running plays of just over 10 yards. So Jenkins lines up to the right of Strauss. Anthony Buffalo Meat, the leading wide receiver, on the near side. And a play action. Strauss holds it and is brought down hard at about the 36-yard line. Strauss pops up. There's a penalty on the Lions, though, thrown in the backfield at about the 30. Well, I guess by the first look at things, this might be a holding. Yeah, holding on the Lions, and that's going to move them back. So the Eagles get a little bit of breathing room here. Now 1st and 20.
Yeah.
The Eagles crowd getting loud here with 9 minutes, 38 seconds left to go. 28-19. The Lawrence Chesty Lions have the lead. Historically, this has been a bit of a grudge match. Obviously, the crosstown rivalries are the marquee rivalries for both clubs. Olathe North, of course, against Olathe South, and Lawrence against Lawrence Free State. But these 2 teams have been very dominant in the last 20 years. Lawrence in the early part of that 20-year stretch. Olathe North most recently. Now passing Strauss. Strauss can't get away, and he actually does shake away from the pressure and hit out of bounds. Unfortunately for the Eagles, he was poked after he was out of bounds by, it looks like Terrence Brown might have got him. And Strauss got knocked down while he was out of bounds. Looks like Terrence Brown's momentum took him into Strauss, but that doesn't matter. He was touched after getting outside the boundary. Looks like they might have, yeah, they did. They're going to mark it at the penalty at the 22. So personal foul is going to move this one way up near the 40, all the way to the 37. So the penalties have hurt the Eagles, seemingly even when they hurt the Lions. After that holding penalty, they get a personal foul against the Eagles to move the ball up to the 37 for a 2nd and 4. Actually, 2nd and 3. Line to gain is the 40. 9:12 left to go. Strauss, shotgun set, 5 wide receivers. 3 off to the left. Anthony Buffalo Meat, the furthest one off there, and a blitz on. Can't get away from the pressure as he throws it at the last second. And they're going to give him a catch. What a catch on the near side. Wow, by Eric Mayo. First down reception and a big grab as he was hit hard. Looked like Michael Wirtz came in and smacked him as soon as he caught it. And the pressure was on from the defensive set of the linebacking crew. It looked like it might have been Wagner and Swain back there on a dog's blitz. Strauss got it away just in time. And the Lions, by the skin of their teeth, get a first down at the 40. 8:40 left to go. And a false start. Looks like Eric Mayo went in motion. Not sure if he went forward first. But the Lawrence Lions are moving backwards yet again. A lot of penalties we've seen in this one. That kind of slows the tempo down, doesn't it, Lucas?
Yeah, it really slows down the game. There have been a lot of penalties. I think more than almost any other game we've seen thus far.
Yeah, and penalties on both sides, not just one team really getting most of those penalties. Unfortunately, the Eagles seemingly have them happen to them at really inopportune times, but Lawrence has had their fair share of them as well. In motion was Mayo. Hand off to Jenkins. Jenkins can't get much. He gains about 3 or 4 yards. Comes back to the original line of scrimmage, just short of the 40-yard line. They give him 4 yards, and up to the 39 is where they officially spot him. 8 minutes left to go in this one. 28-19. So 2nd and 11 from the 39. Strauss. Hands off just in time to Eric Mayo, and Mayo is stonewalled. Stymied on the far side and tackled for no gain. 3rd and 11 now. Wirtz credited with the tackle. Coach Pete Flood mentioned at the beginning of the year Wirtz would be a player that this defense would lean on, a senior at 6 foot, 153 pounds. Comes up with a big stop there to set up 3rd and long. Mayo in motion again, goes off to the right side. Back to pass is Strauss. Pressure. He gets away from it, shakes the tacklers, and runs for a 1st down. Tackled from behind. Great closing speed there by Jimmy Swain, but 1st down, damage done. Lions across midfield. 17 yards picked up by that one by Strauss, and down to the 44-yard line of the Eagles. 6:55 left to go. Eagles running out of time and running out of field to defend. Motion again and handoff to Jenkins. It's Jenkins shaking his way on the left side and knocked down after a gain of 8. Did you see something odd about that last play, Lucas?
The receiver, one of their running backs in the backfield wasn't even set when they snapped the ball. I don't know. I guess the refs just missed that one.
Tough luck, 3 yards to go for a 1st down. And the ball spotted at the 37. Line to gain, of course, the 34. Buffalo meet the leading wide receiver on the right side, and again, a hard time with that hard count. The Lions have called a few false starts, but now 2 of them. One in the 1st quarter when the Lions jumped offside, or check that, had a false start, I should say, and the center held on to the ball as the majority of the team went off the ball. Happened again this time, and now moved the ball back. So 2nd and 8. Ball at the Eagles 42. 5 minutes and 35 seconds left to go. The time just melting away. And the Eagles down by 2 scores, but the Lions of Lawrence have the ball. Rolling out to his right and running into pressure. Great job by Tony Wagner cutting off the angle, and I believe it was Tanner Gentry and Auburn Hobson getting in there to make sure he went down. Loss of 4. Brad Strauss goes down on a sack. Great timing. It was actually Tyler Berry who got back there for the sack. 3rd and 11. 2 steps backwards go the Lions. Let's see if the Eagles can seal the deal here and try and get the ball back for their offense. 3rd and 11 at the 45-yard line. Strauss in the backfield, Mayo in motion. They hand it off to him. End around to the right side. Good coverage on the right side and flung down by Gage Smoots. Smoots tackles him for a loss, and now, after a 4-yard loss, 15 yards to go on 4th down. Undoubtedly, we'll see Anthony Buffalo meet line up in the backfield for a punt. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left to go, and the Eagles Going to need a very impressive final 4.5 minutes if they want to come back in this one. 28-19 is the score. Lawrence leads. Again, Buffalo Meat averaging about 40 yards per punt, but his last one was a muff and nearly blocked after the ball skipped off the ground back to Anthony Buffalo Meat, then kicked down to the 15. So Olathe North has really been missing out on some good breaks, just barely. That one, a long snap into the ground. Buffalo Meat took a little while fielding it off the turf, kicked it away. The Eagles couldn't quite get there in time to block the ball. And it turns out to be a pretty good punt. Rolls all the way down to the 20, check that, the 15.
The name has been drawn and it's Ray Wyman. Ray, if you're here tonight, please come to the press box after the game. Thank you and congratulations.
Nice little raffle they're putting on Olathe North with a Darren Sproles autograph given away. And wow, Jordan Bruce going long for Orange Mooney. Mooney had a step over the middle, but couldn't connect with the pass from Jordan Bruce. Bruce really aired that one out. Mooney on a bit more of a shallow angle as he crossed the field than I think Jordan Bruce expected him to take. Had to kind of turn back sideways to try and catch that ball. Couldn't connect on that contortion type catch. So incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now that the lid's been taken off the defense, let's see if Lawrence maybe plays back a little ways. There are 4 wide receivers out there for the Eagles. Back to pass is Bruce, needing to connect, and he does. Throw it over to the left side. Intercepted! Intercepted on the far side, but there's a penalty down. Holding, it looked like, was the call. I'm not sure if that was defensive or offensive. Looked like it was on the offense. No, check it. They're going to say holding on the defense, and that might be enough to negate that interception. Let's see if it happened before or after the catch. Interesting that the holding penalty on a defense is usually a spot foul, I thought, but being marked from the line of scrimmage, and that is going to keep the ball with the Eagles. What a break. As I mentioned, Eagles haven't been on the positive end of too many bounces. This time they get lucky as that last pass from Jordan Bruce was intercepted. Helped out by a penalty, though. They get the ball back. Intercepted, I believe, by Will Thompson coming up from his safety position to get the pick. Now with 4 wide receivers and a running back in the backfield, Bruce sets up with Trayshawn Root to his left, and getting through was a defensive lineman, now airing it way out to Tanner Gentry. Too far. Strauss catches this one, but is out of bounds. Would have been his first interception. Ill-advised pass from Jordan Bruce. Thought he had his man down the sideline, but was well covered and obviously well overthrown on that pass. 3 minutes, 43 seconds left to go. Lawrence has a record of 4-2. Olathe North has a record of 5-1. They could even out the records if Lawrence could get a win here, and they would both be tied for 2nd place in the Sunflower League behind Olathe South, who is a perfect 6-0. Now back to pass is Bruce. Bruce running into a lot of trouble, dude, sidestep, and then now trying to get out of the trouble. Just the Lions coming from everywhere. Can't get away from it. So 2nd and 10 now is 3rd and 12. After that was actually some wonderful scrambling there by Bruce, but just can't hold him off for long. Eventually the Lions get there and bring him down.
3rd down, Olathe North. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we'd like to recognize our Olathe North cheerleading squad. The freshman squad is captained by Kathy Jo Lemoyne. It consists of Logan Harder, Brooke Phillips, Tiana Forbus, Sasha Herker, Claire Robbins,
Didn't realize that. Olathe South had an early game on Thursday. It looks like they might have lost to Blue Valley, so they are at not 7-0. They're at 6-1 now. So still with 6 wins, the winner of this game could have 6 wins if it's the Eagles. However, Olathe North is trailing the Lawrence Lions 28-19. So if the Lions win, both of these clubs would have a record of 5-2, which is still second, which would be tied for second behind 6-1. Olathe South lost to Blue Valley North yesterday. Forgot they had that Thursday game, early game for Olathe South. So Jordan Bruce comes back out after throwing 2 passes that the Lions defense has caught, both of which didn't count for interceptions, so he's kind of dodged a bullet. Then he dodged plenty of bullets on that last play, scrambling for his life. He goes back to pass, throws it to Orange Mooney. Mooney scrambles and catches the ball off his back hip for a first down. Good catch from Orange Mooney. Good little pitch out there from Jordan Bruce. Enough for a first down to the 37-yard line. So with 3 minutes, 20 seconds left to go, Eagles alive here with 1st and 10 at the 37. Trying to cross midfield. Line to gain is just short of that, though, at the 47-yard line. Jordan Bruce again rolls to his left this time to throw. Short throw. I'm not sure if it's his arm that's been giving him trouble, but when he throws on the run, he has a bit of a trouble getting it out there all the way. This pass again intended for Orange Mooney, incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 37. $5 footlong subs are back at Mr. Goodsense. 7 great subs to choose from. Come see what fresh really is at Mr. Goodsense. 810varsity.com bringing you this game. I'm Kyle Larson. It's the Great Mall of the Great Plains game of the week. Jordan Bruce back to pass. Needs to score and has to evade some Lions yet again. He's going to try his hand at some scrambling. A good job picking up about 5 yards before getting out of bounds to stop the clock. Good heads-up play by Bruce as he looked downfield, and all of his targets were covered. So now 3rd and 5. Jordan Bruce sets up the Eagles at the 42-yard line. They need that 47 for the first down. Just under 3 minutes left to go. They trail by 9 points. Visit MrOlathe.com to search homes for sale in the Olathe, Johnson County, and entire KC metro area. Make MrOlathe.com your one-stop shop for searching homes for sale. Back to pass, Bruce. Bruce throws over to Gentry. Gentry on a quick route. Gets the first down and uses his size to pick up about 2 more yards after contact, crossing midfield and getting knocked down at the Lions' 47-yard line. MrOlathe.com, that's M-I-S-T-E-R, Olathe.com. Tanner Gentry, the wide receiver on the far side, 2 split out to the left. And it looks like Trayshawn Root in the backfield. Orange Mooney was lined up as a slot on the left side as well, and this one thrown way out of bounds by Jordan Bruce. Geiger was the intended receiver, and it's tough to see Jordan Bruce coming into this game. Again, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 62% completion rate, 800-plus yards. Had the leading quarterback efficiency number with 124.65, but has not been able to connect on the passes he normally does. This one to Geiger, thrown over the defender, I should say. Buffalo Meat tipped it over his own head, and Geiger couldn't hold on either as Geiger hit the turf trying to dive for that ball. That one looked like a pass off the back shoulder that might have been playable by Geiger if he'd have kept his feet. Buffalo Meat tipped it up in the air, which seemingly could have been beneficial for the Eagles. But just missing out on yet another opportunity, the Eagles are going to have a 3rd and 10 from the 47-yard line of the Lions. Bruce rolling to his left to pass. Sets, throws a deep one to Geiger. Geiger sizing it up, but it's picked off. The 3rd interception from Jordan Bruce, and this could be a game ender. Anthony Buffalo Meat comes up with that pick The cornerback, senior, who stands at 6'2", it's a big body to get over, and Buffalo Meat jumps over Geiger to get that one out of the air. Set up the Lions at the 11-yard line with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go and a 9-point lead. You could expect the Lawrence Lions to play it safe here, and they have really two options to run the ball, even though they have one running back. Don't forget Brad Strauss can run it himself. And of course, Jenkins back there. It's going to be looks like an option to the left, but Strauss is going to keep it himself. Running up the field, gaining about 4 yards. If ever there was a perfect time the Eagles could get a 3 and out, this would be it. Strauss picks up 3. A little more than 3, about 4, to make it 2nd and 6. Olathe North, with all 3 timeouts, uses their first one. I'll check that. Uses their second. They have 1 timeout left. 2 minutes, 9 seconds left to go. Clock stopped after a Olathe North timeout. 28-19, Lawrence leads. Here with few ticks left in the clock for Olathe North to try and come back. Nick and Jake's. Real food, honest drink. Nick and Jake's, the proud title sponsor of 810varsity.com. Check out our promotions throughout the season on Facebook or on Twitter at Nick and Jake's. And don't forget to check out the new stores opening at the Great Mall of the Great Plains, including Sugar Plums. Follow us on Facebook at Great Mall, Great Plains. It's always a great day at the Great Mall, I-35, exit 215 in Olathe. The Lawrence Lions come back out of their huddle. 20 seconds left to go on the play clock. The game clock has just a little over 2 minutes left on it. And Strauss is going to run to the left. King on the run. The Eagles stop him after a minimal gain. No, actually a loss of a couple yards, it looks like. Moves them all the way back to the original line of scrimmage, to about the 10-yard line. Very aggressive play there from the Eagles. And the Eagles used their last timeout. So on 3rd and 10, with no timeouts left and 2 minutes, looks like they really need to stop here, or that's pretty much it for the Eagles. Lucas, it's been an up and down day for the Eagles. Their defense, though, has really been the part they can lean on most, and it's up to them now.
Yeah, the defense has been very, very successful in the second half compared to their offense, which has missed several opportunities throughout the first and second half. They missed several field goals, and that touchdown is just really hurting them.
Yeah, missed a couple field goals. The defense gave up 21 in the first half, but has only given up 7 so far here in the second half. So they have tightened up some things over halftime and look to be improved, as they have held the Lions to just 7 points here in the second half. And now, after a 4-yard loss, the Lions have to go 10 yards to pick up a first down on 3rd down from their own 10-yard line. So the defense of the Eagles, I'm sure, feeling the pressure. And of course, the Lions obviously need to pick up that first down to keep the clock moving and to secure a victory. I'm sure they feel the pressure as well. Mayo, motion, doesn't take it. Strauss is wrangled in the backfield and thrown down by Tony Wagner. Wagner and company get him after a 1-yard gain. So set up 4th and 9 at the 11. Eagles can't stop the clock, though. It goes down to 1:45 and rolling. But they have a 4th down. 17 seconds left on the play clock. If they run it all the way down and take a timeout, I believe it'll set up about 1:20 left on the game clock. Looks to be what they're going to do. They take it all the way down to 0, and the game clock had a couple more seconds on it that melted away now to 1:21 left on the game clock. The Lions take the timeout, talk it over. I'm sure they'd like to punt this one away, but need to do so successfully, as they are on their own 11-yard line. I think really best case scenario, if they punt this one away, they get a block and maybe a safety.
Yeah.
A safety, they get 2 points and the ball back, and they can choose to tie it up with an extra point if they score a touchdown after getting the ball back, or a 2-point conversion after that would give them the lead by 1 point. But of course, gonna have to have a lot of things go your way in a situation like this. A block punt possibly, and I'm sure they're going to unleash the Eagles here and send everybody but the return man, Orange Mooney, who stands back at midfield to return this one. Anthony Buffalo Meat standing right at the goal line. A minute 21 left to go. Eagles trail 28-19 against the Lawrence Lions, who are punting it away. Eagles send everybody, and the punt is not good at all. Up straight in the air, comes down at about the 30. Going to be marked out inside the 30-yard line at the 28. Well, I guess best case scenario would have been the safety, but I think this might have been a short second.
Yeah, this is almost as good, but they're really going to have to think about their time management here with only a minute 16 left. It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, perfect point there, Lucas, and just a minute 16 left. Obviously, they're within scoring distance at the 28, but they don't need just one score. They need 2 scores here, even to tie it up. So, in the backfield, Jordan Bruce sets the pass, a fake over to the left, thrown, intercepted, and that might just do it. Running down and landing at his own 25-yard line. Looked like that was Drew Green, the sophomore. The young guy steps back and steals it away from the Eagles. The Eagles looks like they're going to have to suffer 2 losses in a row. Jordan Bruce, it looked like a look-off. There was a short route on the far side. Was looking at the short route and then switched his foot position and his gaze to Tanner Gentry, who was running that slant, but the defense never really reacted to him looking off over to the far side. Interception by the Lions, and a tough break here. The Eagles really did a better job than the scoreboard says on defense, but their offense just really couldn't click. That's 2 weeks in a row their offense has struggled. For some reason, we didn't see Trayshawn Root at all until halfway through the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that's a difference that will go into next week's game plan. But taking a knee is Brad Strauss, and it looks like he only needs to do it one more time. That was 2nd, now 3rd down. If they take a knee again, there will be only about 4 or 5 seconds left to go in the game clock, unfortunately for the Eagles. On what was, Lucas, maybe you can help me out. I know Tanner Gentry caught a 35-yard touchdown pass. He also caught a 19-yard touchdown pass. And the other touchdown, was that also to Gentry?
No, that was Tanner.
Did he catch all 3?
I think so.
Yeah,
I guess he
Gentry,
had to.
3 receiving touchdowns. Had a big one in the 1st quarter to set the tone, 6-0. But the Lawrence Lions weren't shook, I should say, by the score of Gentry, and the Lions storm back to a 21-12 lead at halftime, and they tack on another touchdown. Of course, so do the Eagles. Final score 28-19. Yeah, it's tough to gauge exactly which scores counted for the Eagles. They had a couple of them go in that were called back by touchdowns. I believe it was Tanner Gentry getting all 3 touchdowns for the Eagles, but those 3 touchdowns by Tanner Gentry, not enough. 28-19. Again, Lawrence trying to get back to their dominant ways they had of the late 80s and early 90s when they won 9 championships over that 11-year stretch between 84 and 85, or check that, 84 and 95. Olathe North has been more successful recently, winning in 96, their first state championship, and they've won 8 since then, or 8 total, I should say, since then. So number 7, Olathe North falls to Lawrence High with a score of 28-19. For 810varsity.com here on this Great Mall, the Great Plains Game of the Week, I'm Kyle Larson. Special thanks to Eagle Studios under the direction of instructor Lane, and sitting in also was Lucas Moore. Brendan Flanagan provided some halftime commentary. I want to thank everyone who was involved, and thank you out there for watching. Up until next time, this is Kyle Larson for 810varsity.com saying thanks for watching.